In this video, I'm going to cover how you can create master courses and child courses using just LifterLMS and WordPress. No other tools required. There is another way to do this with a page builder if you're using Elementor, Divi, or Beaver Builder, or any other page builder using advanced custom fields. And I'll cover that briefly at the end. And if you want to see more on that, be sure to leave a comment letting me know in the description of this video. But in this tutorial, it will just be LifterLMS and WordPress out of the box. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make your master course. So I'm here under courses on my LifterLMS website. I already have my quiz system masterclass course created. If I view this, it's already my full course how I want it to be. And this is the course I want to make my master course, and then have some child courses off of this. So the first thing I want to do is go into my course editor by clicking on the name of the course. And I want to group all of my lessons here, all of my modules on this page. So if I click the top one, go all the way down to the bottom, click Shift, and then select, I selected all of my modules on my page here. And then what I want to do is click these three dots and say group. I want to say group right here. And now all of my widgets or blocks on my WordPress page here are in a group. And now that they're in a group, I want to click the three dots again and say add to reusable blocks. And I want to name my reusable block quiz system masterclass master course, and then save. So now my course has this reusable block on it. And I'm going to want to do the same thing for my lessons. But for the sake of time, real quick, let me show you what using the reusable block does. So now that I have my course as a reusable block, my course page right here, if I go to my LifterLMS Quiz System Masterclass and I clone on my course here, LifterLMS has this cloning feature. And typically when you clone your course, once the clones are made, sometimes you can get errors like this. Let me go back to my WP admin. Typically, sometimes when that happens, the process will happen successfully, but you sometimes get an error message. But now I have my clone. These courses are separate, they're unique. So if I edit one of them, it's not going to reflect on the other. But since I use the reusable block, it will reflect the changes. So let me call this my child course. So I have my Quiz System Masterclass main course and then my child course. Now, if I view my child course and view my master course, they're going to be the same. But if I wanted to change something and I were to edit my course, it doesn't really matter which one you edit. I'm just going to edit this one here. So if I wanted to say, oh, I spelled the word quiz wrong, or I wanted to change my description, or I don't want a description here at all anymore. So I'm just going to delete it, not the whole block. Let me just undo that. I want to edit my block right here, and I don't want this paragraph anymore. I'm just going to remove my block. I don't want the paragraph on my courses anymore, so I'm going to update. Make sure to save as well. So now that I have saved and updated my reusable block, that reusable block is used on my child course. So now that I'm on my child course, that change, even though it was made to a completely different course, now reflects right here on my child course. So I can clone my course as much as I want, and now that I'm using these reusable blocks, whatever change I make anywhere in the reusable block, like if I were to change it on my child course, it would also reflect on the master course, since they're all tied together via that reusable block. And you would do the same thing for your lessons. So like I created my Quiz System Masterclass course page, I would go through each lesson in my Quiz System Masterclass, make the whole lesson a reusable block, and then when I clone my course, all of the courses have that reusable block. So if I were to make an update to the reusable block, each lesson with that block would take the changes and reflect them. So a few notes on the setup is, with LifterLMS, you can have a featured video on your lessons. There's a special place to add in your featured video. If I go to one of my lessons here, I have my video on top, and if I edit my lesson, you'll see that I put that in my featured video area right there. You'll want to make sure that you, instead of using the featured video, you put that video as a block in your content area before, of course, turning this lesson into a reusable block. Or you could do it, you could edit the reusable block and toss it in there as well. But once I have my basic quiz questions reusable block, any of the content in here that changes will reflect everywhere. But since this featured video field is down here, if I wanted to change the video, I would have to do that as many times as course as I have, unless the video is right here in my reusable block. And if you wanted to add a lesson to your course, like a new lesson, that would be something you would have to do in every course as well. So that feature is not completely perfect there, where you can just add a new lesson to your master course and have the child courses have that new lesson added. You would just have to clone in an existing lesson on all of your courses. So you would make the course or make the lesson in your master course and then go to your child courses and clone the lesson, because this feature can't make a new lesson. It can only control the content within the reusable block. So those are two limitations of this setup, but it is a very easy setup to do with WordPress with no other tools necessary. So that about wraps it up. If you want to see a video with the master course child course setup using a page builder like Elementor, Divi, or Beaver Builder, let me know in the comments below that you want to see that, and I'll make a video on that. That one includes using advanced custom fields to add custom fields to your lesson, such as maybe a lesson introduction for my area right here. Maybe it's lesson introduction or lesson content. I would make an advanced custom field for that, and then use the advanced custom field shortcode to put in my Elementor, Divi, or Beaver Builder lesson page. And then when I cloned my course, all of my clones have the shortcode that are referencing the master course. So if you want to see that set up a little more in depth, if you want to see me work it out in a video and show you how it works, leave a comment in the comments below the YouTube video. But yeah, this has been Will Middleton from WPCourseGuide.com. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.